was doing iron work, and I was slated to have another surgery on my knee. And so I worked until I was a union iron worker, so I was working until layoff, like most union workers, you know. And so I got laid off, and I was gonna get my knee fixed and come back. And my general foreman was a Vietnam vet, and he's like, "Don't come back to iron work," because I had a GI Bill. He's like, "Don't come back to this. Go get an education and do something else." And my sister was like the one who told me I should check out the culinary school. So I did that just for fun, just to like use my GI Bill to do something that I like to do, cooking, and it just worked out. I've lived in Donelson since 2011. I live off Briley Parkway, and so it's just my community, and I go to the VFW here in the Donelson area, and so I know a lot of other veteran entrepreneurs and veteran charity organizations. I'm going to a thing tonight in Lebanon for like a veteran suicide awareness event in Lebanon. So I ran an organization called Vets for Vets for 3 years, and I've been consulting and working on food trucks for 5 years. While I was in culinary school, I did an appearance on Food Network's The Great Food Truck Race. So that introduced me to food trucks and celebrity chefs and stuff like that. I got to do a food and wine festival here in Nashville like 6 months after that, and work with some other celebrity chefs. And so I thought, I'm gonna go, food trucking, and I'm gonna, try to do something that's at the time outside of the box. But I'd already worked with sliders for a couple years, and so I wanted to stick with what I knew. And especially, even after culinary school, I didn't have any experience in like the high-end culinary industry. And so I had a concept for a loaded tater tot truck, and I'd already worked on a concept for sliders for a couple years. And so I just kind of merged the two together. So now I do sliders and loaded tater tots. Because I was like, I want to open a restaurant in Donelson before everybody is. Like even Party Foul opening up was like a good sign of like, hey, things are coming. Like if you want to be an independent, locally owned restaurant, you got to get in there now. Because Donelson's going to pop off soon. Even in 2015-16, when we were looking to open a brick and mortar, they were like, hey, in the next 5 years, Donelson's going to be a lot different, like 2020. And so now it's 2019, and still have the brick and mortar open by the end of this year or early 2020. For me, Donelson's just, I come from a small town in West Tennessee, and I met my wife when I was in the Marine Corps, and she comes from a small town. We both knew that we could acquire our dreams or chase our dreams a little easier in the big city of me, like, pursuing culinary. My wife's a licensed optician. She can make better money in Nashville than anywhere else. But we still wanted that small town feel. And I think that's what Donelson is. Like, Donelson has kind of a small town feel right inside Nashville. And so I was like, we'll raise our kids here, and I'll open a restaurant here, so that we can kind of have that Nashville feel and still small town feel at the same time. Donelson has that small town feel, but there's a lot of people here. It's great for sustainability for whatever your market is. I knew opening a burger joint that I had to be comparable to the other burger joints in Nashville with quality and customer service and price and stuff like that. But Donelson also, being veteran owned and operated, we donate quarterly to veteran organizations. We raise funds to feed local first responders for free. That's something that I learned growing up in a very small town. It's something that I'm trying to bring to Donelson, where we have a very high respect and support for the veteran and first responder community, and I think Donelson does as well. The people in the community of Donelson have an appreciation. Not that maybe other parts of Nashville don't, but it's just more concentrated. You can just see it in the Donelson area, the support for veteran and first responders. And so that's where my ideals align, and that's why we ended up in Donelson and are staying here and pursuing Semper Sliders here. So we sell lots. We have a mushroom Swiss burger that has a homemade steak sauce. All of our sauces are made in-house. Our pickles, pickled onions, everything's made from scratch. But we have a slider that's unique to us that has a rosemary demi-glace, pickled red onions, arugula with white truffle vinaigrette, and so that's something you can't really get anywhere else unless you go to one of Nashville's little more high-end restaurants, and you're going to pay a lot for it. So the rest of our menu is pretty standard, except for that's called the lait piqué. It's like a very kind of French ingredients. And we sell lots of farm hands. You get a fried egg, bacon, homemade pickle, and sriracha mayonnaise. We sell lots of those.